welcome back to my channel. I am very excited for this video, and I am so sorry that it took me so long to do. If I've learned anything from this video is that 1, filming an entire week takes a long time, and 2, editing a video for an entire week takes a crazy long time. This is also the first time that I'm actually doing voiceover in a video, so it took me a minute to figure that out as well. I had to figure out how to use my microphone that I have, and this video was just a whole new experience for me. One of the reasons that I am super excited about this video is because this video was actually somebody asked me to do this, and that was like a huge moment for me in my YouTube career. Was a person that subscribed to me, loved my what's in my golf bag video, which if you guys are interested, I will link that up in the cards up top. That was a super fun video. But on that video, somebody asked me, what do I do for my fitness? Because I think in that video I might have briefly talked about it, but somebody asked me what I do for fitness. And I was super intrigued by that, because if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you guys know that I do post some fitness content. I post a lot of my just like what I did for that day. I don't post a whole lot about like showing you guys my workouts a whole lot, just because 1, I'm not an expert. That's why I don't talk about it a whole lot. I am not an expert whatsoever, and I kind of want to premise that for this video too. I am in no way an expert. I am in no way a fitness influencer. I just like to show what I do fitness-wise and what works for me. That's also something that I'm going to talk about a little bit later in this video too. But I tailor my fitness to me, and my fitness has to be able to, 1, fit into my crazy work schedule. I'm usually waking up super early in the morning for my workouts, and you'll see how tired I look in probably the majority of the videos I show you. And 2, like I said, I don't consider myself a fitness influencer. I am just somebody that is working a full-time job. This is what I do. I'm a professional athlete. This is how I am able to fit fitness into a full-time work schedule, plus still being a professional athlete. So that is what this video is all about. It is going to be all about showing you guys my workouts, what I do, the split that I do. And I'm going to be honest with you, this video did not go quite as I wanted it to, just because I live in Ohio, and part of my workout regimen is to do stuff outside, to which we had some nice weather here in Ohio, and then it went away. So by the time I wanted to film the portion outside, I couldn't, because it dropped down to 40 degrees in the morning. So I couldn't do it. But I will talk about it a little bit. I just won't be able to show you guys, but also it's also very self-explanatory, so I don't think I needed to show you guys it anyway. I'm so excited for this video. Thank you guys so much for clicking on it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and with that, let's get into what a week of workouts looks like for me. Guys, welcome to day 1. So on day 1, I do back and biceps, and here the first thing that I normally start out with on these days is to do some barbell curls. I have 15 pounds on each side of the easy bar, and that's kind of the weight that I've been at for the last few weeks now, and I can feel it getting weight a little bit easier, so I'm probably going to up that here soon. Then the next thing that I go and do is, using that same easy bar with that same weight, I am going to do some barbell rows. These really work your upper back. I've always had success with these, and I think they are absolutely burning. As you can see, I am really struggling there at the end. And then lastly, the last thing that I do in this first set is I will do some lat pull downs with a band. I only have so much to work with in my home gym, so this is probably one of the best things that I can use. This band has been a lifesaver. Same thing with the other one that you guys will see a little bit later, but yeah, these lat pull downs are really good for your upper back as well. And I've done what I can to make do for it. So the next step of my back and bicep day is I will start doing any dumbbell curls that I want to do. So here I'm just doing some standard dumbbell curls. I think I'm holding 20 pounds in each arm. That's pretty much my standard weight that I do for all of my curls for right now. And then I move on to doing some single arm hammer curls. Sometimes I'll do double arm hammer curls, but I found that the single arm, I just need to be able to focus on these a little bit more because the dumbbells are a little bit big, so it is a little bit harder for me to lift those. But these are absolute burners when it comes to your biceps. I struggle near the end of them just because they are so difficult in my opinion, if I'm being honest. And then the last thing that I'm gonna move to is I'm gonna go ahead and move to some more rows. I do single arm rows. This is probably one of my favorite workouts to do for my back. I've always had success with these. And I'm gonna be honest, I think in this one I had a little bit too much weight, if I'm being honest. I think in the next set I ended up dropping it down like 5 pounds because I realized it was a little heavy. But that is the second round of stuff that I do for my back and biceps. All right, so moving on to the final set that I do for my first day of the week is I do these incline dumbbell curls, and I found these on Instagram. I saw somebody doing them, and let me tell you, if you want your biceps to feel absolutely weightless after this, definitely do those. They hurt so bad. And then I move on to banded rows. So I'm going to be a little honest with you. These ones are a little bit harder for me to get a burn when I do them just because I don't have the right band. But still, if you do enough of them, you'll still get a lot from them. And then I actually ended up modifying them after I filmed this, where I just kind of wrapped the band and held both sides and did it, and I had a lot more success. And then finally, the last thing I do is I do reverse flies. These things are super awesome, and actually now that I'm looking at this, my form is absolutely terrible because I think by the time I filmed this, I was completely dead. And guys, look how cute my dog is. All right, here we go. Moving on to day 2. Day 2 is usually my glute day. This day usually focuses on glutes and a little bit of hamstrings as well. But the first thing I'm going to start off with is I'm going to be doing just some normal barbell squats. Lately, I have been doing 30 pounds on each side with a 45 pound bar. So it equals out to about 105 pounds, I think, if I'm doing my math correctly. I might be wrong on that, so please, don't judge me. But normally I do anywhere between 6 to 10 of these, depending on what the weight is. But yeah, these really activate my glutes and my hamstrings, and they're just super simple squats. Moving on, this exercise I do some barbell split squats, just putting my foot up on the bench, and I'm holding 20 pounds in each hand, so 40 pounds total. With this workout, I actually will swap these out between these and weighted glute bridges. I also will do those on some days, but this was a split squat day. Basically, I do almost the same workout every single week, but I have different exercises that I swap in and out depending on the week. I like to move stuff around, but then I also like to do a lot of the same exercises as well. And this week was that. And then if I don't do these, like I said, I do weighted split squats. And then finally, just shifting the camera over, I just have a resistance band, and this is just a pole in my basement. Also, please ignore how dirty our basement is. We're still in the process of getting it organized and clean and everything, and this is just what the aftermath of this looks like. So yeah, I just wrap the band around this pole one time around. Also me just making sure that the camera is actually in a good position. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make sure that that band is nice and tight around there so it doesn't come loose or fall while I'm doing my workout. I will do both legs. I'll step my foot in. The key with this workout is to make sure that 1, you're very balanced, and 2, you want to make sure that you are using your hamstring to kick back. One thing that I did learn about this is try to keep your upper body as still as possible. Try not to swing while you're doing it, and we'll go from there. But yeah, so I think I did 10 on each leg for these. These are not as strenuous. Sometimes I will make the band a little bit tighter if I'm feeling like it, but I only did 10 of each leg, so the band wasn't that tight. And then we move on to the left leg, and you're just going to repeat the exact same thing. So now moving on, this is the next set of 3 rounds that I will do. So here you get to struggle to watch me try to get the bar down and get down onto my back. But in these, I'm going to be doing hip thrusts. I unfortunately don't have the best way of doing this in my basement, so I've kind of just tried to make do with what I have. But essentially what you're doing is you just want some weight. You're going to place it down on your hips, and then you're going to use your hamstrings and glutes to kind of push the bar up. You should really feel it in your glutes. This one is a burner for sure. I like the way this one looks, but it is extremely awkward to get in and out of, I have to say. I always struggle getting in and out of that workout. And it doesn't help that my cat is taking over half the bench as well. She has a tendency to do that. So then moving on to the next part, this is a workout that I actually just learned not too long ago. These are going to be curtsy lunges, which I actually learned these from another YouTuber, and my glutes absolutely burn during and after these. Like, these ones really take it out of me. Essentially, you're just doing a curtsy is all you're doing, and you're going to really feel it in your glutes. And also, props to my dog for being so cute. I'm going to say that in every single video, probably, because she is in every single video for the most part. And also, one of the fun parts of this workout is my husband Eric actually joined me down there for it, which, you know, we both work crazy hours, so to have him join me was extra special. Alright, so then finally I'm going to just be moving the camera. Also, look at my dog. She's so cute. So this is going to be the second band workout that I do. These are banded pull-throughs, and also forgive me, all of you gym people out there, if I don't have the best names. Also, me moving my cat out of the way. Just me casually sliding my cat out of frame. I do not know all of the technical names for this stuff. I am just going off of basically what I call them. But next thing I'm going to be doing after I'm done petting my dog is banded pull-throughs. So again, you also want to make sure that the band is nice and tight, so it doesn't come loose, and then the band is just going to go in between your legs, and you're essentially doing a squat motion. I actually adjusted because the band was too loose for me, but you're essentially going to be doing a squat motion, and you're going to be you want to kind of pull your hips forward, and essentially you're going to just be pulling the band forward. It's going to feel almost like a squat, but you want to use your hips and kind of hinge more than doing the squat motion, which is where you want to make sure your front hips are kind of pulling forward. And that is it for day 2. Alrighty, day 3. Day 3 is essentially a cardio and abs day, and normally I will either do one of two things. I will either, one, go on a jog, or I will do a HIIT workout just from a video in my living room. And then the ab workout, I will show you guys. I actually ended up not doing it on this day. I did it on another day, so I'll have to show you guys normally what I do on another day. But I just normally do HIIT workouts from YouTube, and this one, I will link it down below if I can remember which one I did. But I'm not going to essentially bore you guys with the full cardio routine, but I cannot stress how important even doing a little bit of cardio is. It is extremely important. It really will help keep your endurance up. And I also, during this time, want to take a minute to point out, one, I know my camera is fuzzy here. I don't know why I couldn't get it to focus, so let's just ignore that. And two, abs and core are very important when it comes to golf. Cannot stress that enough. You want to make sure that you have a super strong core with golf, and then in the next clips here, I will show you guys some really great core workouts that you should do. But in the meantime, let's just watch me make a fool out of myself doing some cardio, shall we? And like I said, some days I will go on a jog if the weather is nice, but I live in Ohio, and it is currently, while I am filming this, April, and it's not the best weather to be going out and doing outside activities, especially in the early morning, if I do say so myself. Alright, so then really quickly, I also want to show you guys the ab workouts that I'll typically do. So this is from another day. This is actually from Saturday, which, as you guys know, I talked about how I like to do extra cardio on Saturdays. So since Saturday was rainy, I decided just to do this instead of going on a jog like normal. But these are standing TA marches, and these are going to be really, really good for your abs and especially your core. That's one thing I do want to reiterate. I really highly recommend that if you're going to do stuff for golf, you look up core workouts, not just ab workouts, because core and abs are completely different things, and you want to make sure that you have a strong full core, not just abs. And these are going to be really, really good. I think I'm holding 10 pounds when I'm doing these. And all you're going to do is hold 10 pounds. You're going to hold your other arm out to your side, and you're really going to lift your legs, but you want to make sure your core is engaged when you do these. You're not going to feel it unless you really engage your core in this. These were actually something that I found on social media, on a golf blog, I think. I can't remember who wrote it, but I've seen a lot of golfers do this exercise. Alright, so moving the camera over now, you guys are going to see one of my next exercises, and this is actually one that I learned in college. These are called Palov hold and presses, and you'll see here in a second once I get the camera situated, but yeah, these are called Palov hold and presses. What you're going to do is you're going to have a resistance band. You're going to hold opposite leg. So my left leg is out, and then what you're going to do is you're essentially going to use your core, hold your arms out as straight as you can, and try to just hold the band. You want to make sure that there is resistance in the band, or else you're not going to feel anything. So usually I hold it for 10 seconds, and then you're going to do 10 presses. And then what you're going to do is after you do that, you're going to go ahead and flip, and you're going to do the other side. And then finally, using that same band, you're going to do what is called I just call them twists. But essentially, these are really good for your core, and they're also really good for your golf swing in general, because you're basically just doing resisted golf swing turns. And this is another one that I learned how to do in college. And in a moment here, you're going to see how my legs are when I do these too. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust the camera really quick. And I want you guys to see what my legs look like, because it's also extremely important. You want to make sure that when you're doing these, that the distance, sorry, gosh, I can't talk, that the leg that is out is the way you are turning. So you see how my left leg is out and I'm turning to the left? That's what you want. You don't want to do the same leg to the same way you're twisting, or else it's not going to work very well. All right, now we're going to go ahead and move on to day 4. This is chest, triceps, and shoulders. And this one is actually one of my harder days, just because I didn't really start working out my chest or anything like that until later on in life. So as you can see, I'm not doing a ton of weight. Not embarrassed by it, because everybody starts somewhere and everyone should know that. But it's not that heavy, or at least, to standards, it's not that heavy. But I'm pretty sure I have 15 pounds on each side, and I have gone up to 20 since this was filmed. But you just want to really make sure that you're bringing the bar down slow and controlled, and try not to overdo it on weight, because you don't want to hurt yourself. Then the next thing I do in this set is called tricep pullovers, I think is what they're called normally, or tricep presses. I think they're also called skull crushers in some places, but I think I'm holding 30 pounds here, and you just want to kind of use the weight and push it up, engaging your triceps over your head. Then the last thing I do is just simple barbell shoulder presses. Here I am holding a easy bar that weighs about 25 pounds, and then I have 10 pounds on each side. And you're just going to do nice and controlled shoulder barbell presses. super simple, super effective. These really do hurt, and you can kind of see it in my face how much these hurt. But they are really, really good, and now my cat is in frame, so I'm sorry about that. Alright, so moving on to the next set, I do 2 band workouts here, and this is one of the areas where I definitely swap workouts the most. So this one, I normally do this one. These are tricep pullovers, where you're just going to hold the band over your head like so, and you're just going to use it and you're going to kind of push it upwards. You want to make sure that your triceps are fully engaged while you're doing this, or else you're not really going to feel it. But these ones are a huge tricep burner in my opinion. And then this next workout that I'm about to move on to, I do this one. It is I call them banded chest pulls in my notes, but this is a workout that I will swap out also with dumbbell flies. This is one that I do one every other week. I like to change it up a little bit. So I'll either do this or dumbbell flies. It essentially works the same area of your body, just in different ways. And this is kind of like my makeshift way of doing this, because like I said, I work out in my basement. I only have so much equipment, and this is the best way that I could come up with. And over my time of working out in the basement, I have kind of learned that there's only so much that you can do, and I have tried to make do, getting in the best workouts that I can with what I have. And this one is a testament to that. I was honestly really happy when I found out, oh, I can actually do these and it works out with a band. I've never tried that with a band before. So, yeah, it kind of works out that way. So then lastly, I'm going to do some incline, well, they're not really incline, just some dumbbell shoulder presses. And 2 things that I learned in my time with doing this is make sure that when you have the bench seat up, it's at a slight incline. And then don't hold the dumbbells completely straight in line with your shoulders. Hold them at a little bit of an angle. You'll definitely feel it much more. Alrighty, everybody, we have made it to day 5, the last lifting day. So this is quad and hamstring based. It's going to be a lot more legs. I do 2 leg days a week, simply because legs are extremely good for golf. And that's where a lot of your power is derived from. So I want to make sure that I'm doing a little bit of everything when it comes to my legs, and that I'm working them out at least twice a week. So for my first exercise here, I am doing front barbell squats. And the reason for this is that the weight just kind of distributes a little bit differently than normal squats. And I'm going to be honest with you, I used to be so bad at these because I was so bad at getting the bar up on my shoulders to stay like that. And I just never liked the way it felt. But now I'm actually doing a really good job of keeping it there, and I'm actually doing about 20 pounds on each side now. So I usually do about 8 to 10 of those, and I think I did 8 there. The next thing I move on to is dumbbell step-ups, which I have to be extremely careful because my ceiling is low. So I just have to be extremely careful as I go up. But I just hold 20 pounds in each arm, so 40 total, and then all you're doing is essentially just stepping up on a bench or a box, or even up your steps works too. But I use my bench that I have downstairs. And essentially you just want to make sure that when you're stepping up, try not to push off of your bottom leg too much to give yourself support. You want to feel more like you're pulling from the leg that is stepping up. This is going to really, really burn your quads and your hamstrings a little bit too. And just make sure, wash your head. Don't clonk your head on your ceiling while you're trying this. And then also look at my cat. She's so cute. Next thing I do is I do single leg RDLs. This is definitely a little bit of a glute workout as well. Like I said, my leg workouts, you kind of work a little bit of everything in each one. I just try to focus it on certain areas. But I think I'm holding about 20 pounds in this one. I've done it with 30 though recently, so I've kind of upped my weight a little bit. But essentially what you want to do is you really want to just bend at the hips, kick your leg back, and kind of have the the dumbbell trace your lower leg. Really important here, just like I almost did there, you want to make sure you're keeping your balance nice and steady. Go super slow. You don't have to do them super fast. I was kind of doing them a little quick here even, just for myself. Moving on, the next thing you're going to want to do is reverse lunges. These are just super, your standard lunges. I think, again, I'm holding about 20 pounds in each hand. That's pretty much the standard for where I'm at right now. So 20 pounds in each hand, you're just going to kick your leg back. You kind of want to let your knee touch the ground a little bit as you go back. And I do about 6 to 8 on each leg, depending on the weight. The next thing I'm going to do is goblet squats. This is actually a workout that I also learned in college. I never knew what these were. I think I'm holding 35 pounds here. Actually, I know I'm holding 35 pounds here. And then it's essentially just like a squat, but you're holding the barbell differently, where you're almost holding it like a goblet. Another really good way to do those is to actually put your heels up. If you have something like a plate or something, you can put your heels on. Heel raised ones will work your quads and hammies even more. And then lastly, what I do is I'm going to do some sumo squats, which this is just holding that same barbell. You're going to spread your legs a little bit wider, and you're going to kind of turn your toes outward, almost like a sumo wrestler. And you're going to just kind of drop like a squat. And yeah, this one I had never done before, and actually it works out my quads extremely well. Like I loved the way that those felt. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the workout portion of my videos. Like I said, this was so much fun to do. I had an amazing time filming this video, and I like to show you guys exactly what my life looks like, because being a professional athlete, especially one that isn't like a full-on professional athlete, like this is super fun for me to do. And I love that everyone that I know is genuinely interested in stuff like this. So with that being said, this video is already probably extremely long, and I'm so sorry. I didn't know how long this was going to be, so I'm super sorry if it is crazy long. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see any more fitness content, please follow me on Instagram. My tag is @mhikesgolf. I post all of my golf and all of my fitness content there. Please make sure that you guys like and subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you can see when I post. I'm going to be posting a lot of fun videos this year because I plan on fully committing to playing more professional golf this year and doing more, and I really want you guys to be along for the ride with it. So again, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!